Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Episode 202. Yeah, man, episode 202. What the hell is going on? That's a lot of episodes. Oh, my iPad's not showing. What's happening here? That's odd. Let me bring it back. Let me see if I can bring it back. Oh man, it's been a week of technical difficulties. Where are you? There you are. Let's deactivate. Let's bring it back. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it won't. I don't know. It looks like it's not. There we go, it's back! Like magic! Oh, good. I hope you're all doing well today. Hey, if you're watching over on Facebook, what are you doing? You can come over here to YouTube. I'm happy that you're watching on Facebook, but it's lonely over there. Lonely, so lonely. You can come over to YouTube at youtube.com/JadeStarr, or you can jump over to the browser at howtoapponIOS.com, and you can watch in there and interact with all of the warts here on the show in YouTube. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Why am I so hyper? We should have a more relaxing show today. Hello to Russ Langston Reese. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while. Sai, hello. Nina, how are you? Let's see. SM Borthwick, hello to you. Sai says, just look for this app on the App Store. There seems to be about 6 different versions. We shall address that very shortly. Hello, Tom Rochelle. Paying to get. Paying to get me. Thomas Gillane Music. Maury P. Hello. Gary Hubs. Yeah. Gary Hubs dropped his new track yesterday. So if you want to head over to Gary's YouTube page and check out the video clip, it's cool. Both of the guitarists in his band are awesome. They're both awesome. Elvie, hello. Bubba, good morning to you as well. And Ed B, I think I've missed probably a few people. Danny Broderick. Let's see. No, let me grab my glasses. That helps. There we go. Forgot to put them on as usual. Hey, look, I hope you're all doing well today and everything is good. I'm just going to address some stuff from yesterday. So you would have noticed when we were looking at the SWAM bundle yesterday, I had all of these apps open in AUM and I was having some sound issues. The DSP was clocking out a little bit. We're having some issues. I just want to clarify, luckily we've got 2 more shows to go and have a look at. It's not the apps that were doing it. So yesterday, I was, as I said in the beginning of the show, I was trying something experimental. I was putting together a Frankenstein expression pedal, yeah? Hey, what's going on, Deep Gravity? Oh, yeah, by the way, if you are watching the replay, click the timestamps down the bottom if you just want to jump to the app and skip all this yammering. Okay? Right, so yesterday I'd put together this Frankenstein version of an expression pedal. So I had my Arturia connected and I had the iRig Stomp IO connected as well to try and use the expression pedal. Here's the thing, because the iRig Stomp IO, which I will do a review of next week, is brand new and I'm still getting used to using it. It completely skipped my mind that it's an audio interface as well. And I already have my Steinberg UR22 connected to my iPad. So the reason my iPad was freaking out of its brain and the DSP was jetting up over 100 was 2 reasons. It was actually super hot in my room yesterday, which is never healthy for an iPad. Plus, I had 2 audio interfaces connecting and competing for the iPad's audio. So that was crapping itself, right? So when I look at the next, and mistakes make you better, folks. So you make these mistakes in the next episode. When we look at one of the other SWAM bundles, I will just be using, to get around this, the iRig Stomp IO as my audio interface with my Arturia plugged into that, and I won't have my UR22 plugged in. So that should solve that issue. Just if you were worried about those apps taking up a lot of DSP, because I know one person in particular, Bubba messaged me straight after and was concerned about this, so we opened up a Clubhouse chat so we could talk about it, and then later on in the day I identified that problem, tested it out, and it seems that was the issue. So there you go. It's good to find out problems and solve them. Yeah, I should become Inspector Clouseau. Hey, Brad Example is here as well. Good to see you. And Weltenkinder, hello to you too. Do we have any new apps that are or old apps on sale? So there's a few, not many. So recently I reviewed TalkWorks by 4Pockets. That looks like it's dropped down a couple of dollars. TalkWorks, it's come down from $7.99 to $5.99. Analyzer and tuner AUV plugin down from $5.99 to $4.99. Get it while it's hot. What else is there? I don't know what this is. It's an MP3 converter, audio converter, down from $2.99 to free. Woohoo! Free! I don't even know what that is. Bubba, that was the line. Bubba's just written in chat. Does your dog bite? No, my dog does not bite. I thought you said your dog did not bite. That is not my dog. There you go. I did the whole bit for you, Bubba. You happy? And half the room is going, what are you talking about? The Pink Panther movies, classic movies. So, Thomas Gillane has said free. That's my price. I don't even care if it puts spyware on my computer. I shouldn't say that. That's a joke. I'm not saying that app puts spyware on your computer. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm being foolish. Okay? But yeah, I always question free stuff. All right, so that's that. We've covered that. God, let's just get on with this before I put my foot in my mouth any further, yeah? Oh dear, I need a coffee. Let me chill. Let's do some ASMR. Today I'm having a triple shot. Really dark bean mix here. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. All right. So we are looking at today the WaveLab App, which is from NCH. NCH. Yeah. So let's open it up and have a look and get it up on here and address the multiple app story, because it can be a little bit confusing. So if we look up WaveLab, and it needs an E, WaveLab. There we go. Oh, that's WaveLabs. Oh dear. So we want WaveLab. So when you type it in, this is what you get, folks. Look at them all. WaveLab, WaveLab. There's lots of versions of WaveLab. Look, there's one in Chinese. WaveLab, WaveLab. There's some in like Dutch or something. There's multiple ones. It's confusing. What are you doing to me? I'm lost. Help. All right. So how do we negate this? So it's by NCH Software. So the way I negated it was I just went for the first one. Simple. So look, there are two versions of it, and I'm going to give you my experience, how I purchased it, how I got it, and how it's worked for me. Hello, Pete Johns. Welcome to the chat. You're late. You're late. You're late for an important date. Now sit in the corner and everybody throw peanuts at Pete. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to Pete. All right, so the two versions I'm going to talk about right now is this top one here. So this one's free. You will see that it is free, and it just says WavePad Music and Audio Editor. I have provided a link in the description for you to go directly to this version of this app. Okay, so that should make it a bit easier for you. Let me just bring up this full screen. Right, so it is free to download. From my experience, when I downloaded it and tried to do anything in it, an ad kept popping up in the middle of it, meaning I couldn't do anything. No matter what I tried, I couldn't do anything because there was this sodding great ad in the middle of it. And it was really frustrating because I just wanted to see kind of what it did and what it done did, dude. Good morning, Doug. Hello to you. Welcome along, Doug. And I don't know if Joe's close. Hello to Joe. I hope you're both good. So here's the deal. So I just paid for it outright. And when we get in-app purchases, you'll see there's a whole list of in-app purchase kind of stuff going on here. So there's 2 models. Clearly, I expect none of you, including me, are going to want to subscribe to the subscription model. Yeah? Because who wants to do that? But as you can see here, what I did, so this is in Australian prices, was I chose the unlock all current features for $14.99, which in US is $10, $9.99. Okay, so to unlock it, it's $10 straight up. That's how I did it. $14.99 for Australia, and it unlocked everything, and it worked perfect. So pretty cheap for what we're going to be looking at. Now, what is confusing, and I've reached out to them, and I'm going to be honest because I want to be completely transparent with you all. I paid for this myself. My interactions with the company have been bleak. Their support has been shite. They don't really answer any questions and keep sending me to other places to go and look up stuff. So I couldn't get a direct answer on the pricing deal because if we go back to the search here, there's a version of this which is called WavePad Masters Edition for $22.99. Okay, so $14.99 to $22.99, and from all my research, when you unlock the free one compared to this one, it's exactly the same. There's absolutely no difference. So what I would suggest, if you were going to purchase this after we have a look at it today, get the free one and unlock it for the $10 because it's full. It's the same as this pro version. I don't understand the price difference. It's very confusing. But yeah, just follow the link that I have here and unlock it in the app, and you will be right as rain because I've been using it for quite a few weeks, actually probably a month and a half, and yeah, it's a full unlock. There hasn't been any nasty surprises or any ads pop up or anything like that. I don't know what else to tell you because, as I said, the help kind of thing has been, to be honest, shite. There you go. It's a very confusing payment model. So Pete Johns has written, it's a confusing payment model. I did the free upgrade and haven't found anything that's not unlocked too. So yeah, Pete's done it as well. Go with that. $10 and you can't go wrong. So what is it? We have to find out what it is. Yeah, that's what we're here for. So if you've ever used, and I know there's a few old school people here. I'm old. I'm 48. I'm old. I've been around for a long time on this music business. You may remember a program on PC many years ago called Cool Edit 2, or even Audacity. This is basically, in my opinion, Audacity on your iPad or your iPhone. Yes, it is for iPad and iPhone. Good times. So Gary Hubbs, all good, mate. You can hang around, man. Don't leave. Yeah, so, and in my opinion too, this is desktop quality, an audio editor that is total desktop quality. Why do I say that? Well, it actually operates like a desktop app. And we're going to jump in and have a look at that now. So let's open it up. This is what you get when you actually open it for the first time. If you haven't paid for it, right where this NCH thing is, will be a sodding great ad. You can't seem to get rid of. I couldn't anyway. And yes, as Tom Rochelle has mentioned in the chat, This is actually available. I don't think so. It is actually available on Mac and Windows as well. So there are other versions of this that you can use. So let's jump in and have a look. And straight off the bat, you can see it does resemble something like Audacity or Cool Edit. Now, just to clarify, this is not a multi-track editor. This is just a single track stereo mono audio editor. So you can import a mixed WAV file or MP3 or M4A or whatever you want. This thing accepts virtually every kind of file, and it can convert to virtually every kind of file, as you will see. So, but this is just a single track. So let's just kick off things just by opening a track just to show you what I'm talking about there. So across the top, it's very PC-like, yeah? Even the little icons look like a Windows computer with all these file open with the little drop downs when you click on them. Very PC orientated, I think. So across the top, you've got these tabs too, which change to the specific thing that you're seeking. So your view tab with zoom and all that kind of stuff. And to the far left up the top, you've got all those controls in a little drop down as well. So it looks very much like Windows if you've used Audacity before. And it has a lot of the features that Audacity has as well. So we'll open up a file, and I'm going to click on open here. And when you go to open file, so automatically you get a whole lot of fantastic options to open from. So you can open from file, import from iTunes, open from Dropbox, open from Google Drive. So open from the NCH sound library, something I haven't even looked at yet. And you have your recent files that you've opened. So again, very, very Windows-like. And then you've got this little bit down here. So when I click open file, this is really cool. It takes me straight to Audio Share. Yeah, so that's baked in, nice and easy, but we're actually in the Files app. So really cool. You're actually in the Files app. It's just Audio Share was the last thing that I had opened. So you've got, I've got all my, down the bottom here, I have my external hard drives plugged in. So these are 3 external hard drives. Audio Shares here. So on my iPad, iCloud, documents, all the things that you've got connected within your Files app are readily at hand. So I'm just going to grab one of my DreadCircus tracks from my album, my forthcoming album. Open that up, and there you go. Very reminiscent of, I think, Cool Edit, man. It takes me back to Cool Edit. And funnily enough, I still actually have Cool Edit on my Windows 10 machine. Cool Edit 2 still works, amazingly enough, with the crack and all that stuff. So the other cool thing you'll see is when it opens the track, it actually creates up here a little window tab. So again, just like Windows, you can open multiple files and they'll create a brand new tab across the top here. So if I hit the plus, it'll create a brand new recording track. So I could record something into here. So let's just test that. Do I have my mic connected? So I have a mic connected over here. If I hit record, la 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 la. Sweet. So we've got an audio recorder as well. Now that I have that, I can bounce between files. Nice and simple. Yeah, digging it. So, I mean, this is virtually just an extension of something like Audio Share. So if Audio Share is not giving you enough after you've mixed down a song from GarageBand or AUM or whatever your DAW is, here you have plenty of options to just go in and clean up everything, add fades and all this kind of stuff. If you've got any pops or clicks, you can do all this kind of stuff too, and then mix this down ready for a master. So it's just that little bit of extra stuff that you don't get with Audio Share. All right, let's go to this DreadCircus track. And what I'm going to do with it before that, so let's just run across the tabs here and show what you can do. First, I'm just going to do this. Where are we? So I am just going to hit edit, and I'm going to duplicate this one. All right. Yeah. And Bubba's just written, I believe the Suite tab categories contains the in-app purchases. Pitch Perfect, MixPad. These are separate apps. So yeah, these are actually separate apps, I do believe. Is that right? They open as separate apps. Because I looked at MixPad, it's a complete separate app. So if I click on it, it goes to the App Store and it's a complete separate app. It doesn't say that's an add-on for this, or is it? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's a standalone app. Or is it? I don't know. There you go. The purchases are in the apps. Okay, there you go. Well, let's head back over to... It's already asking me if I'm enjoying it. Leave me alone. So what I'm going to do here first is just make a duplicate copy of this track. So as you can see, it's opened a brand new tab for me. And I'm going to work on this one just to leave the... And that's the beauty of it. You can just open duplicate tracks and try things on the extra track and all that kind of stuff. So let's go back to the home page. And we'll go across from start to top, from left to right. So here in your File app, you've got all just a little bit more functionality than the Open app. So you can create a new file, open a file, import from iTunes, save as. So again, very Windows-like. You can save it with a title, discard all changes, rename a file, delete the file, send it elsewhere. You've got your properties, so you can click on your properties and you get like this screen here just telling you a little bit about the actual file, when it was created and all that kind of stuff. Open, we've kind of had a look at that. Create a new file. You saw what happened when we did that. It creates a blank space to be able to record. Then you've got the save options here. So same kind of stuff as you get in File. Again, you've got share with AirDrop and other apps. So you can send in between apps with this link down here, Google Drive. So you can do everything direct to file sharing services. You've got an export file. So this is virtually the same thing to export to another app, but you'll need to save first. But we're going to cancel that. Cancel. Again, you've got a cloud button. So some of these buttons kind of repeat themselves. That's the one thing that I have noticed. But they just give you a little bit more of a deep dive. So, you know, open in Dropbox, upload a file to a cloud service. In here, you have a WAV file. So for your separate channels, we'll just go back to this track here. So, so with your stereo channels, you can separate the channels. You can do all this kind of stuff. It's pretty deep. So across the top, we'll get more into that a little bit further on. So you've got undo, redo, cut, copy, paste. Pretty basic stuff there. I hope you all know what cut, copy, paste is. Don't need to do a show on that. All right, so even across here too, you'll see silence, volume, and trim. If I click on one of these, you can actually silence a current selection of the track. So you can go in and replace some music with silence. You can insert silence at a cursor, insert silence at the beginning, insert silence at the end, or trim silences. So lots of options for adding things. Again, if you've used Audacity or Cool Edit, a lot of this stuff won't be foreign to you. And in this volume section here, you can amplify. So if we hit the amplify, this brings up your little amplify section, and each time you bring up like an effects section or anything like that, you get this little box. It creates a representation of the audio file, so it builds the file for you. And it's really clever doing that. So for undoing things, it always goes back well, and it gives you the ability to preview stuff. So again, you can like change the gain. You can raise the gain by however many decibels you want, or drop the gain. You've got a few presets in here, like half the volume. So just a few basic things in here, and you can always go back to what it was. So, and you can preview as well, which is really cool. So if you hit play, and in real time, you can check what's going on. So you can test the effects out, get a preview, see if it's sounding okay before you hit apply. So pretty damn cool. I'm going to cancel this because I don't need to do that as yet. So that was in your volumes. You've got a normalize button as well. Again, brings up this screen to actually go ahead and normalize. You've got presets in there as well. Yeah, you can find the peak in there as well, average loudness. It's got RMS built into it as well. So if you're looking at mastering and want to get the RMS, all of that's in here as well. A couple of presets, a few presets. Simple peak, simple peak normalization. So there's a fair bit of stuff in here for $10. We'll cancel that out as well. Plus you have trim options as well. So you can auto trim, trim silences out, trim the start. And now we'll show you how you select things, because all you really need to do is just touch the wave. And when you do, just hold down on the wave for a period of time. I'm just holding in the middle. It brings up this menu as well. I should actually show you on my camera here, which there we are. So I'm just touching on here and up comes that menu, which is super handy. But to select things, it's even easier. So you can just touch your finger on it and drag anywhere you want, and that is your select tool. Very simple to use. If you want to zoom in at any time, you can just use this top selection here and spread your fingers, and that will zoom in where you actually spread your fingers. So if I spread over here towards the end, you'll see it zooms right in, and the level of zoom is just, let's get right in there. Look at that. We're zooming right in, and just pinch together to zoom out. So that's really cool. And you can, as I said, zoom in anywhere you want. Really easy to use, to actually, and just touch anywhere to, and you can actually zoom here as well on the actual waveform. So if you, let's go all the way out. To move your marker along, you do that along the bottom. So you drag right along the bottom. So you could get to this point here in the middle of the song where it drops, where there's the breakdown. And then once there, just spread apart, and there you go. So you can zoom in. It's nice and easy to use. Nothing new to iOS users with our pinch to zoom kind of stuff. So, but I found that really easy to negate. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Yeah, so far all good. Everyone relaxed and chilled while I have a coffee. Tom Michelle writes, that's cool. You can set peak level to normalize instead of just being stuck with normalizing to 0 dB. Yeah, a little bit more advanced than something like audio share. And don't get me wrong, audio share is amazing, but to have this kind of technology is really cool. And for it, I really, you know what I like about it the most is that it's got that really cool desktop feel about it too. So it's just got that familiarity. Did I say that right? I didn't. I'm not going to try and say it again. So the next tab across is the edit tab. Just go back to the start there. So in the edit tab, again, you have select. So select all, select to start. So you can actually select all from here. And again, you just touch to unselect. You can delete. We don't want to do that. You can split tracks. So you can split a track at cursor, split automatically, split at silences, split into component channels. So we've got a lot of depth here. Split into equal parts. How does that work? I haven't even tried that. So look at this. You can actually decide the duration of each part that you would like to split into. So you could add a number of parts here and decide, I want it split into 1 minute parts, right? How cool is that? Hello, Daryl. Welcome to the chat as well. So almost like segmenting your tracks to split up into individual samples if you want to chop stuff up into samples. And you've got the option down here, just down the bottom. You can save it to an output. So save it to, and you can choose how you want them to be chopped up. And look at all, here we go. While we're here, look at all the different file types you can save as. Is this incredible or what? G'day, Dean Thomas. Welcome aboard. So you've got WAV, AIF, AIFF, MP3, FLAC, AAC, M4A, OGG, Original Gangster, WMA. Does anybody use WMA anymore? SPX. Look at them all. You have a damn lot. Even M4R. So if you want to create ringtones for your mobile phone, you can even save in M4R, which is the ringtone standard. There's a lot of options there. That's really cool. So down the bottom here too, you can actually save this to your file. So you can save it to an actual file, or you can just open it up in the editor, and you can name it in here as well. So that's just splitting up all this into parts. And you've got options here. So you can set bookmarks as well. That's something which I will get to. So you can actually set bookmarks along the top of your WAV file and split apart into the bookmarks that you've previously set on your WAV file. Or you can split where the silencers are in your file. So just say you had a podcast and it had you chopped a bit and you wanted to kill a bunch of silencers. You could split these up all into the silencers. Really easy, yeah? Split automatically based on the audio signal. So there's some pretty cool options here. I'm not going to split these things apart right now but you get the picture, yeah? There's a lot of stuff to go through. We're already 34 minutes in and we're only on the second tab. So yes, that's the split function. And of course, if you've got a split, you've got a join function as well, yeah? We've already covered the trim, which was in the first tab. We've covered the silence, so you can invert silence at your cursor. But here we go. In cleanup, look at all this stuff as well. We've got auto gain, high pass, low pass, DC offset correction, noise removal, noise gate, multi-band noise gating as well. So, yeah. A de-esser. There's also click and pop removal, auto click and pop removal. So that's pretty cool. Even we can try out one of these. Let's just open a new track. I'm going to turn on my fan. Sure, this ain't going to be a Bruce free. All right, so remember that. Let me grab my microphone. Bring it down here. Hello, how are you today? Oh, wrong button. So let's see what this does. So we've got a disc. We've got this cleanup here, and I think I can actually do it in effects. So let's do it in the effects button, and I think it is. Where is it? It's actually in. They've got the same things in every section. That's so noise removal. So in this noise removal section, I've jumped ahead a little bit, I know. You can see here you've got all these little parts. So old or low quality recording, brief clicks and abrupt changes to the audio signal, brief popping sounds, constant low frequency noise caused by electrical interference, background traffic noise, low volume recording with background noise. So there's some options here that you can actually play with. So let's see what happens if we click old or low quality recording and hit preview. Is that going to work? Why is my preview not working? Maybe I need to select the whole thing. I want to hear what this has done. Hello, how are you today? So let's play that again.
Hello, how are you today?
Right, so if we now go back, edit, and undo, and let's listen to it before I added that.
Hello, how are you today?
So yeah, clearly it has removed some noise from there. Definitely no Bruce free, but you do have the ability to remove clicks and pops and sounds in the background, electrical noises and all that kind of stuff to clean up some vocals. So if you can't afford Bruce free, or you want something just with a little more, more features than Bruce free, or you want this as well as Bruce free, you can do that as well. So let's head back to this edit screen here where we were, and we'll delete that vocal. We don't want to save it. Bye-bye. All right. So in your cleanup section, there's all this kind of stuff here. So low pass, high pass, auto gain. When I click on this, it brings up this familiar window, so you can change the frequency. You've got presets in here as well. General audio cleanup, radio, telephone, quality, audio. So there's a whole lot of funky stuff going on here that you can play around with. And I'm not really going in and actually processing these things on this app, just because there's so many features I want to get through today. But rest assured, they do work. So you can duplicate a file as well. You can copy to a new as well. So you can create a brand new tab over here. You've got a loop setting. You can mix with files, so you can import another file in here and mix it in with your WAV file. And you can insert a brand new file at the beginning or at the end, at the cursor. So a whole lot of options for inserting things. Levels tab across the top. Not only do you have things like the amplify, so you can change the dB of your track and make it a little bit louder if you want. Not only do you have a normalized section here, but there is actually a built-in compressor. Like, what the hell? So you've got a whole bunch of presets too, with a fast compressor, smooth compressor, heavy compressor. So you have a basic compressor in here, and you see each time you open up your file, down the bottom you can see it's generating this preview. And why is it taking its time to do that? Because I know we get impatient. We sit there going, what are you doing? Hurry up, I just want to add my compressor. Well, as I said, this is like Audacity or Call It a Pro. It's building a profile of your song. So if you add compression to it and you hit apply, you can actually undo. I do believe, from reading the help info, you get up to 32 undos for any mistakes or anything like that. So it's 32. Anything over 32 and you're fucked. So make sure you don't go over 32. Hey, Joey, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. So as you can see now, it's built a profile up. So now if I choose a setting here, so if you hit a hard limit, you can actually play your song in real time. You've got advanced features here as well, so which gives you the input sensing which is great for mastering, because you've got your RMS and your peak. So, I mean, you really do get a lot of options here. You've even got a sidechain equalizer. Yeah? Good Lord, for $10, all this kind of stuff. Let's go cancel that. So there is a damn lot of stuff here to play with. And you've actually even got a graphic representation of the compressor. So when you change the presets here, you can actually see what the compressor is doing. And then sure, it's not as fancy as some of the new apps or anything like that. Yeah, Pete John says in the chat, it takes a little to get used to this destructive sort of editing again. Yeah, and this is definitely old school. So I'm sure a lot of you are seeing this and going, oh, that's very familiar, but I've moved on. I'm on iOS now, where I can do magic all the time. So Good stuff. But, I mean, think about it too. 32 undos, all right? It's this isn't a multi-track recording. This isn't a DAW, so it's going to be rare that you're going to get to a point where you've made 32 changes. I mean, if you are getting to 32 changes, maybe you better go back to your mix and remix. Just a little bit of advice there. So what else do we have across the top here? So you've got an equalizer as well. Look at this, man. You got an equalizer too. So again, it's building the profile up of your song so it can compare to what you've actually, you're inputting before you start playing with the EQ. So you got a visual, you got a graphic view. Nice. You got a parametric view. Nice. Pretty cool, yeah? I like it. I like it a lot. And you've got presets down here as well. So you've got a basic high pass, band pass, notch filter, boost, high pass shelf. So all your standard stuff that you would expect from an EQ that's in there as well. You can, set it back to flat. I'm not sure if you see, and you can just draw your points in. So, it's nothing flash to look at. I know some people are probably looking at it going, oh Lord, it's gaudy. Look at it, it's gaudy compared to all the cool apps that I've got now on iOS. If it does the job, that's cool. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. You've actually even got a log here as well. What am I doing? All right, so, and really easily, you can do fade-ins, fade-outs. You can fade out and trim. You can even crossfade. So if you've added another track in here and you want to crossfade them together, you can actually do some crossfading as well. For the price of admission, just to have a crossfade built into an audio editor that looks like Windows, yeah, man, sign me up. You've got an envelope, yeah. You've got stereo panning. So you got your preset here, slowly pan from left to right, slowly pan from right to left, quickly pan. So you pan everything left, pan everything right. And just to show you here, we'll cancel this. In the view section, you can actually change the view so to get your stereo view. So you can see both sides there. You've got a left and right, which you can flick between. Combined left and right and the stereo view. You can give them unique colors. You can give them color schemes and all that kind of stuff. Let's keep it on stereo. So let's go back to, we were at levels, weren't we? Or were we? Yeah. Levels. So stereo pan, and again, silence is added there on the end too, if you want to insert some funky silence or anything like that. And I love having that feature back on here as well. So let's jump over to the effects. What do you get with the effects? Well, let's see if we can open another track. Let's go to here. We'll open a new file back in audio share, and I'm going to find, I think I've got this guitar piece I can use, hopefully. Where are we? Should be somewhere. Here we go. Guitar 3. Okay, so we've just got this guitar track here. All right, so what effects do you get? So we've got an echo here. Let's check this out. So again, it's built a profile. We can hit play in the preview. You've got a couple of presets. So that works. You've got reverb in here, so basic reverb. Once we build our preview, You know, and it's nice and easy to get your decay time. Nothing fancy to look at, but it doesn't need to be. So we just add a bathroom here. Whoops. So this ain't your black hole, all right? It's not your black hole. Don't expect that. All right, so you've also got chorus in here too. They've thrown everything at you. There's a whole bunch of other stuff too that I'll show you. Let's hit a preset. Let's give it a strong chorus and see what it does. Cool. And then here in more effects, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So you've got a phaser, flanger, vibrato, tremolo. There's even a wah in here as well. Distortion. Again, I mean, if you're kind of using distortion in here for your stuff, maybe you need to reconsider making music. That's a joke. That's a joke. So let's see what it sounds like. Yeah. So good for roughing up stuff or things like that, but that's a pretty heavy distortion. You gotta just to roughen something up a little bit. And you've got a degree of distortion, so you can change this on the fly. So again, not bad. Telephone sound for vocals, you know, AM radio kind of sound, so all that kind of stuff. You have a multiple effects chain, so you can actually add in a whole chain of effects, and which are all presented to you, and you can build up a chain by adding them over to the side here and create an actual chain of effects, and then you can save that as a preset, and then you can open up, go into each one of these. So you could add distortion in here, hit the arrow, and you've got these little. So there you go. You can actually build up a chain in here. I might want to add the wah-wah as well. So as you can see, from here to there, this is your little chain that you've built up, and you've got the actual options to set them in there as well. And then you can save it to go back to. So that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, being able to do that. So you can save it, load it anytime. And all you do to add the effects in is just, so you got a graphic EQ here. You just hit the arrow, and it adds it in here. I think that's really cool. You know, a lot of thought has definitely gone into this. What else? So we've already gone over. Oh, so we've got speed as well. There you go. So pitch and speed. You can speed up, pitch change, all that kind of stuff. Build a profile. Let's hit play. So it's pretty standard stuff that's in here, all right? As I said in the beginning, if you've used anything like Audacity, this is gonna be very familiar to you. So, you know, everything's just gonna make sense. Again, hit the voice. You've got change pitch and speed, speed change, pitch changes, anonymous effects, telephone. You've even got a reduce vocals thing in here, much like Audacity. Now, I haven't tried this out, but I'm guessing, you know, it's going to be pretty basic kind of stuff to remove vocals from here. So I haven't had a chance to do that. But yeah, there is that in here. So I would say it'd probably be on the kind of not as good as Audacity, but who knows. What else do we have? You can actually change your audio. You've got surround sound options as well, which is like, what the hell? So you've got sound. When you click here, you've got surround sound 5.1, 7.1. There's a lot of options in here to play around with. So you've got a whole lot of, so down here, spatial blur and speaker weights, all this kind of stuff. We'll cancel that. Let's head across to the next tab, and we'll get close to wrapping up here in a sec. Here's where you can set bookmarks on your track. So you can set a new bookmark across the top, just so and you've got region setting. You've got batching as well. So if you're adding multiple parts in here, you can batch these all together. You can add new regions, copy them, delete regions. So all this kind of stuff. Again, not anything new if you've used things like Cool Edit or Audacity or anything on a PC. So here's your noise removal. You got a peak finder. Again, RMS, your absolute peaks. So all of that is in here as well. We've covered sound. Your view pretty much gives you your zoom out and zoom in functions. So you can zoom to a selection. You can vertical zoom in. You can zoom to a selection, zoom full, zoom in. But all of this you can do with your fingers. So pinching up gives you this, and pinching together gives you this, and pinching left and right lets you do all this kind of stuff. So pretty cool, yeah. I think this is well worth the money. So it's $15 Australian for me. I've been using it, just to do some quick editing. If I just want to get in and do a little bit more than what I can do in Audio Share, I think it's really cool. Again, to be able to flick, this is just cool to be able to flick between tracks and check your changes. You might want to do a whole bunch of versions of the track. So that's really cool. So, and from what Bubba says here, these, I'm guessing, well, let's open up another one. So Pitch Perfect. All right, so they are plugins. Is this what you're telling me, Bubba? So these are actual add-ins and not standalone apps. Let me see. It doesn't say anywhere if it is or not. Should I just get this? Let's try it. Or is it a standalone? I'm curious. Yes. Buy it. There's my face. Ba-ding! So they can stand alone and they can be within the app. So do I have to shut down the app to actually, once it's installed? I should have worked this out before. So looks like it's installed. Yes. All right, so this has got an ad. So this is a tuner, yeah. And I'm guessing, I probably have to restart the whole thing. Let's try that. Let's try restarting, opening again. Yes, I'd like to recover the files. How good is that? So I'd shut that down and it remembered for me that next time I open it to recover all my files that I had opened. Nice and cool. Exactly the same with saving. So let's just do that to cover this before we do go. So I can save a file as, and it gives me the option to give it a name, go in and save the file format. So again, you've got even, so you've got raw, all these different file types. That's really cool. Your sample rates goes up to 192 kilohertz. So that's really cool as well. Probably won't be as much if you don't have an audio interface plugged in, remembering that. Bits, up to 32 bits. Funky. Channels, look at this, 7.1 surround, so that's cool. And then you've got the option to save to email or save to a device. And when you hit save to device, it takes you straight to your Files app. So you can save it anywhere in your Files app. Yeah. Nice and simple stuff. Very cool. So really easy to use. Bubba says they are more like nodes accessed through the WavePad or as a standalone. So do they appear? I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to look into it a little bit more. I thought they maybe would appear now as a selection in one of these. Edit. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this too. So there's a reverse thing too. So there we go. We've just reversed it. Everyone needs a bit of reverse. So you've got reverse functionality too. What was the thing? It was called Pitch Perfect, wasn't it? See, that just opens it up there. I guess I'll have to work that out. So there you go. I reckon that's enough for today. I think it's pretty cool. I definitely have been using it. If you think it's cool, go over and buy it, check it out, support the developer. I'm sure you will get some good use out of it. It's quite deep and quite easy to understand. So that will be it for today. Thank you for hanging out. If you want to hit the like button, that makes me happy. It is all good in the hood if you do that. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. That's cool too. I will let you know tomorrow. So the interview that we had lined up is not happening, but we've rescheduled for the next couple of weeks with Hetriani. And so tomorrow what we are doing is we're going to have a celebration of the 200th episode we just passed 2 days ago. And I'm going to do a live performance for you. And it's going to be at a special time tomorrow because Pete Johns is doing his YML show a day earlier. So just so you're aware of that, YML will be tomorrow, starting at its usual time slot that it does, just a day earlier. And then straight after YML, I'm going to do a live performance. So it's an hour later than normal, just to celebrate the 200th episode. And we're going to play some cool music, make some crazy sounds, and I'm going to be using my new Zoom Stomp IO. So stay tuned for that. There's a big weekend of stuff coming up as well from both Pete and me. And you know what? Joey has his show coming up, How to Song Next. So head over to Joey's channel. I'll just make sure that... I don't know if he sent me a link. Let's see. I haven't got a link. So look up Joey Helpish and head over to his channel and you shall be good. But that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, folks. I hope you have a fantastic day. Be good to yourself. Make mistakes because you know what? They make you better. And do the things that make you happy. See ya!